Hi, my name is Jennifer Ann, and I come to you today because I had an urgent message this morning to come to my Facebook world, my audience overall, anywhere where you may be watching this, whether it's YouTube, Facebook. I had a dream last night that was very, very, very unsettling. The basis of the dream was not just me, people. I want to say it was primarily the United States because that's where I live. We were stuck in camps, basically hiding of some sort. And what was so unsettling about this dream is we weren't independent, we weren't safe anymore. And I just felt like, one part of my dream, I was sitting at a table somewhere dark, almost as if I was in a cave, and military type people were there going through our lunch pails and food and making sure that we only had specific things and we weren't hiding anything. And when I woke up, I literally felt as if I was like Anne Frank hiding. And it was very disturbing to me because, as many of you know, I'm very intuitive. I pick up on things, I read things off people, I see energy, etc. And this dream felt so real to me that it was one of my dreams where I know I'm picking up on something. And I instantly meditated on it and listened to my inner voice and my guides, and the message I was instantly getting was, don't focus on the negativity of this. Focus on what could be done, what could be said. Another thing I really got urgently is I've been hearing for a while, and I've been telling everyone around me that I need to talk about this. I need to post a video about it, and I've been procrastinating. And because, it's a heavy subject. But talking about blinders, I would put myself in what you would so call the new age group. I would, the awakening category. And I am kind of scared of how a lot of people are processing this right now. I may be incorrect, but this is how I'm interpreting it, and I just want to get it out there. I don't want to offend anybody, but I have been urged to give this message in many ways. So, what is going on right now in the world? Well, if you haven't been following the news, which is kind of my point here with some, because I'm not going to say that I'm not guilty for this either, because I don't want to see what's going on, because as an empath, it breaks my heart. It is so disturbing of how people are treating each other and how we're treating the world. I mean, there's so many different subjects going on right now, it's not even funny, but I have been forced to open my eyes and not judge and actually pay attention. And I get the message so loudly for myself and for others that we need to stop doing this. Because with everything that's going on, especially if you are part of what you want to label the new age group, is of hate and anger and frustration. My dear friend was explaining it to me the other day. It's kind of like a zit is being popped right now in the world, where you're pushing it in and all that gross pussy stuff is coming out, and it's ugly. It's ugly. And it hurts. But it can heal. We're at a path right now, whether we're choosing, are we going to heal or are we going to stay suit on the direction we're on? I personally have been witnessing a lot of good too with what's happening. There's shootings going on right now. that, people are being killed for their beliefs, being killed for their color, being killed for so many ridiculous reasons, in my opinion, because it's not the big picture. The big picture to me is that we are all earthlings. We are all here together. Whether you're a human, whether you're an animal, whether you're a tree on this earth, we are all made of the same material. And no matter what religion you believe in, whether it's God, Buddhism, etc., the bottom line is love of all of those religions. And we argue about all these other things, but I just want to focus on the bottom line. So, back to my point. When we see things going on in the news, automatically I want to click it off too. No, I don't want to hear it. It upsets my stomach. It turns me around, and I don't even want to believe that it's true. It's almost as if it's like watching a movie where, okay, I heard about it, but I want to not think about it anymore because it's not real. But you have to pay attention right now because it is real. And what I mean by that is, if you look at examples in your life when people come into your life and they're mad, they're angry. I've had to learn, being an empath, when someone comes into my space, my energy space, and is angry, and whether you believe in energy or, empath, psychic abilities, any of that or not, you are aware of energy. You are. When somebody walks in their room and they're angry about something, they don't have to say one word to you. You feel it. You know it. Most of the time, we want to take it personally. Well, what did I do to you? It has nothing to do with us. But what it does do with me right now is you're in my space. So now I automatically want to figure out what's going on with this person, and is there any way that I can help? Do I need to be a listening ear and just let them get it out? Purge it, get it out. And I've seen in my life that is often all that is needed. And I think a big part of all of this right now is people don't feel that they're heard. The Black Lives Matter, which, isn't just black people. It's of all colors, but the blacks are definitely being picked on the most. But all cultures are being picked on, and I think that voice is clear, in the society right now, is that, no one's better than anyone. We're all equal. My flesh is made out of the same products that your flesh is made out of. It just has a different tone to it. My bone system is the same way. My nervous system is exactly, it may run a little different, but the necessities are all the same. But when the news comes on, I urge you to start looking at it with eyes of love. Let that pain come in, but don't let it destroy you. Look for new ways. As soon as I started looking for new ways of seeing, well, what's coming out of this? What good is coming out of this? Because a lot of times things need to be shook up and in people's face for change to happen. Because if you keep it too stable, nothing's going to change. So my perspective now is things are being shooken up. That zit is being pushed on, and things need to come out. So it's a good thing. That's the positive. That's where I want people to start looking through new eyes. So I was watching CNN, and we had the Black Lives Matter group marching, and we had the Confederate flag marching right next to each other, a group with, and on their backs carrying the flags. And when I first pushed play to watch the clip of it, on Facebook, I think it was, I was nervous to watch it, but something was like, no, keep watching. Don't judge right away. So I kept watching, and by the end of, a 7-minute segment, they were showing clips of both sides of the party coming and speaking to each other and saying, hey, I don't have anything against you, and you're right, your life does matter, and you have been, not treated equally in this country for a long time. And, my Confederate flag doesn't mean that I have anything against your skin. It meant something else to me, you know, to my family, than that. It means pride. It means, you know, being from the South. It did turn into other things. I'm not condoning any of that, but this is what this man was speaking. And then the Black Lives Matter representative said, I don't have anything against you either. You know, I don't like how some of your, you know, your people come after us, but you're right. Maybe we're putting you all in a box. Not everyone is like you, you know, and that's what we're not liking. So why am I judging you about that? Because everyone's putting us in a box that we're all the same. And by the end, these guys were shaking hands. The whole group of everyone was hugging, and they were praying together. And I just started crying because this is good, you know. So there is good happening right now, and your voice needs to be put out and be heard, but it needs to be done in a respectful manner. But if you go like this, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to see it, none of that's happening around me, so I don't care, you're gonna get a shock from no other, because the biggest part of all of this is we have to do this as a collective right now. We all have to be woken up, and not all of us can sleep through this. And in order for our entire earth collective consciousness to rise up and start respecting every human being, no matter what their color is, respecting every animal on this planet, you know, our oceans, our waters, our air pollution, our plants, you know, Earth herself, you know, Mama, Gaia, we got to start taking care of every piece of it. Because what are we if it's not there? We all came in for a reason. I don't care what your religion is or how you think about it. You cannot deny that we all have a purpose here. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. So, you know, that's my 2 cents. I ask you to start looking inward, and my biggest message is to look within yourself right now. How are you putting your blinders up? And like I said, I'm guilty of this too. This is a new thing for me too, because with affirmations and all that stuff I learned, you know, to start waking myself up was to focus on the positive. Well, here's the news, and I know others are saying it, I'm just pushing it too. There's positive even in the bad. So how can you find the positive and focus on that so the world can grow? I wake up every morning, I sit in my bed, you know, even before my kids come running in, or even when they do run in, I make a point before I get out of bed, even if it takes me 2 minutes. I am so thankful for the bed that I slept in last night. I am thankful for the blankets that kept me warm through the night. I'm thankful for the air conditioning that keeps me cool, or heat that keeps me warm in my house. I'm thankful for the walls that support my house to keep a roof over my head. I'm thankful for every time I turn on the water faucet, water touches my hand instantly. I'm thankful for my family's health. I'm thankful for all of my animals. I'm thankful for my life. Getting your mindset in a spot of thankfulness in the morning gets your whole energy in a space of focusing on the positive. You know, things are going to go wrong. That's how it works. But it's also how you learn. So when you walk out that door and you're in this mode of being thankful, and you know that you're going to learn something today, and look at it through loving eyes and positive eyes and open-mindedness, you're going to walk into people that are going to be, oh, you know, just so angry today, you know, this happened and get out of my way. If you can take your heart, instead of rejecting them right away and going, wow, this guy's having a hard time right now, maybe I can say, is there anything he needs? Or, you know, tell him, empathize somehow. You know, empathy is a huge thing right now, to know that somebody else hears you and understands you. And, you know, you may plant a seed in that person at that moment. You may not see the results, which I really want. Again, when you're doing a good deed, don't expect anything back from that right away. Giving's not about receiving. You know, it's not, yes, I helped somebody today and I'm gonna be, so rewarded karmatically for this. No, that's your ego talking. So let that go. Just know that you're planting that seed, that there are good people in the world, that not everything is hateful and everybody is going through pain right now. You're not alone. We're all in this together. And as long as you stay in that mindset that everybody is going through hard times right now and having wake-ups at different times. I went through mine in the last 6 years, and I feel like things are finally brightening up, but it was hard down there for a while. And now I'm seeing other people around me that are going through hard times, and I empathize with them because I know what they're going through, and I can sit and listen to them and be supportive on however I can. I had that paid to me, so now I can pay that back. Be that person, and once that seed's planted in the other person, you don't know, it could be 3-4 hours, maybe the end of the day, they're processing it, and then they might pass it on to someone else, someone in their family or a coworker, and then let that seed grow. Don't control how it happens, just plant the seed. And the morning when you plant seeds, you water it a little, pray over it, thankful for it, give it love. Then you walk away and you go on with your day. You don't think about it, but you come back a month later and that's grown. Process it like that. You all are all beautiful. We're all worth it in the world. We all have a voice. How are you going to use your voice? That's my message. What are you going to do about it? How can you change a little? And don't ignore what is going on out there. You have to know what's going on in order to send it love. That's one of the hardest things to do out there, but also one of the most rewarding. Once you figure out to look at hard situations and be able to send it love, or hard situations, people who are just negative surroundings. One of the hardest things for me to learn of, people that are just want to be negative. They don't want to get out of their, but I've learned to just look at them and go, God, I know when I was in that space, it was hard to see anything else other than being frustrated. But I wish you hope, and, I'm here if you're willing to do the footwork, and, I can listen. I can help in ways that I'm available, but most of all, I send you love and prayers and hope that you get all the support that you need in whatever way you find it. And walk away. I plant that seed. You can do this in your life too. That's the message I got. I hope it means something to people out there. They've urged me so much to push this out today. So here it is. Take off your blinders. Look out in the world with love, even with all the anger right now. As soon as you see that shooting happen, sit with it right away and say, I just send love to all the people, including the person who's doing it. How did they get there? I just hope that something happens in their life that wakes them up. Most of the time, they take their own lives, which karmatically they will be dealt with. That's not your problem, and it's not the thing to focus on. It's not right. It's not. It hurts, but find the beauty in every situation, even the most difficult. The most difficult is when the power comes in, and we are in the height of our power right now. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm Jennifer Ann.